What's going on, Fight Night gang? Welcome to episode 26 of the Fight Night Forecast, where we highlight, recap, and cover all things boxing. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope everybody had a happy and safe Halloween/Halloween weekend. We're filming right now on Halloween, so hopefully we're ringing out this spooky season right. You know what I mean? So let's get straight into it. This past weekend we had Fury Ngannou. All the stars came out. We were in Saudi Arabia, you know, in the presence of all the royalty and whatnot. You know, Lil Baby came out, Ronaldo came out. We had Kanye West. We had Adesanya, McGregor. You know, a bunch of big names out. Mike Tyson obviously was in the attendance, being as he was training Ngannou. But let's get into what my take is on it. So here's the take. Here's Fight Night Forecast's take of what happened this past weekend. I think that Fury won the fight, but Ngannou won the people. You know, and I mean, obviously Fury's win was according to the judges. I think that could be considered controversial. I think a lot of people believe that Ngannou won. I think in some ways, I think he did too. But at the end of the day, the officials scored it for Fury, and that's the outcome we're gonna have to live with, right? But we can't lie that Ngannou's stock has not gone up now. And I believe that Ngannou is a real boxer. And I think he's only going to box from here on out. I don't imagine him, unless he goes back MMA-wise for like a big fight or something like that, I don't think he's going back to MMA. Because why would you box MMA for hundreds of thousands when you're going to make tens of millions now boxing? So unless it's like some, you know, Fury and Ngannou agree on some, you know, MMA deal, or if there's like some, you know, big name MMA fight, right, that goes down. I think Ngannou's just going to keep boxing from here on out. And I think that his stock just rose. I think there's a lot of big fights that could be made. I'll go into that in a minute with him. But so we had a controversial win from Fury, right? People think that Ngannou may have won it. Personally, I think that there's a chance that he could have, right? So we had the knockdown in the third, right? So that was an automatic 10-8 round there for Ngannou. But let's look at the CompuBox here, the numbers of the total punches landed and total punches thrown. So CompuBox has, for jabs, Fury landed 39 of 137, and Ngannou 22 of 115. We saw that coming, right? Fury has a good jab. He knows how to use it. And Ngannou, this is his first boxing match. He knows how to throw a jab, right? But does he know how to use a jab? You feel me? So we saw that coming. So Fury won jabs. Fury won the jabs. Power, right? Power punches thrown. Fury 32 and Ngannou 37. Total, Fury 86. Total, Ngannou 116. So Ngannou won the power punches, right? He's got real power, you know, and we'll go into that more in a second. Total punches landed, Fury 71 of 223, and Ngannou 59 of 231. So Ngannou just barely trails Fury in total punches landed. So, and I had more punches thrown technically by 8 or 9 total. So this shows me two things. That in a 10-round fight, we had pretty low numbers when it comes to punches landed and punches thrown. You know, so wasn't a high volume fight. You know, we kind of saw that coming with Ngannou being new. You know, we didn't know what he was going to do. You know what I mean? We didn't know how it was going to go, how it was going to end. So another thing it shows me, though, is that Ngannou's power is real. And you know, Fury's taken Wilder's punches and he's taken punches of other big punchers in the past, right? Klitschko and so on and so forth. The difference is when Wilder landed on Fury and he got up, he was on Wilder quick, right? Came back with a vengeance, came back hard, strong, throwing. He takes this knockdown from Ngannou, right? In the third of that fight. The rest of the fight, he's playing the outside game, not wanting to engage, right? And the rest of the time, he's throwing jabs, throwing combos from the outside, steering clear of Ngannou. That shows me that Ngannou's power is real. And I think Ngannou might have more power than Wilder. Sue me for it. You might argue with me in the comments over it. But I think Ngannou had Fury scared there for a minute. I really think he did. I think he had him beat there for just a second up here, But Fury did what he had to do. I think it turned into more of a survival mode technique for Fury. He knew what he had to do to just survive the rest of the fight. And Ngannou didn't necessarily push the envelope the rest of the way out, right? Ngannou you could tell he kind of gassed out a little bit. Both guys kind of gassed out a little bit, really, but Ngannou didn't really push the issue. He didn't keep coming at him, didn't keep the intensity level up. The power punches kind of dropped off after that a little bit, which, we kind of expected. Fury knows how to work those late rounds, and Ngannou doesn't. That's okay. But nonetheless, Ngannou's stock has gone up. I think there are a ton of fights to make in the heavyweight division for Ngannou if that's what he chooses to do. I wouldn't mind seeing him against like AJ. Could see him against Wilder, which that's supposedly already in the works. That was quick, but got that already in the works. And yeah, so Makhmudov, that dude that fought on the undercard, that dude with the kind of the little neck twitch thing, man, he's that dude had a scary knockout too, and couldn't mind seeing them. Someone who's actually fighting up here pretty soon, I'm going to bring up. I wouldn't mind seeing him against F.A. Ajagba, and Ngannou against maybe, I don't know, I don't think this would ever happen because they're kind of still tailoring him to be the next big thing in heavyweight. Jared Anderson maybe, I wouldn't mind seeing that. I'm not sure it would ever happen, but and who knows? Maybe Ngannou's like, no, I'm done boxing. I'm going to PFL. Who knows? But nonetheless, it was kind of a cool fight. I think Ngannou did a great job. Fury won the fight. Fury's on to the next. I think we're going to see him and Usyk coming up, even though he's talking like he doesn't want to fight till next year. He at the post-fight press conference, he was like, I'll see you guys next year. And, Usyk's like, nah, bro, we signed a contract for December. So I think Usyk's kind of like, hey, this has got to happen in December, or I think he's pleading to get Fury stripped of the WBC, I believe. He has the WBC belt. But, man, there's some fights to be made in the heavyweight division, I believe, Eddie Hearn had to chime in. I got his statement here.
I mean, Francis Ngannou has never boxed before. And fair play to him. I mean, I didn't think he was overly impressive, but Tyson Fury looked like he's never laced up a pair of gloves before. Got dropped in, was it the third round? Never threw a punch. Ngannou never threw a punch after. I thought Ngannou won by 2 rounds. The boxing world's gone mad. I mean, please, forget Fury Usyk. No one's interested. Just give us Fury against AJ. AJ will knock Tyson Fury out inside 6 rounds. Make the fight, otherwise we'll never get it. Or rematch Ngannou, because the guy just deserves to have had one of the greatest wins. I mean, I don't know what I was watching. I don't know what Tyson Fury was doing.
And he, of course, being the promoter he wants to see AJ and Fury. He said nobody's interested in Usyk Fury anymore, which that couldn't be further from the truth. But he's the DAZN guy. He's the Matchroom Boxing guy. He's got to rep his fighters and make the biggest fights he can in his realm. So yeah. But there's a lot coming down the pike. So hopefully we do get to see Usyk and Fury in December. Who knows? Maybe whoever wins that, maybe we'll see him fight Fury. Maybe we'll see a Fury or fight Ngannou. Maybe we'll see a Fury Ngannou rematch later on down the road. Who knows? But nonetheless, I am impressed with Ngannou, and I'm excited to see that he did so well, and looking forward to what's next for him and what's next for Fury. So let's come into this upcoming weekend. We got Joe Cordina and Edward Vasquez. They're fighting for Cordina's junior lightweight title. I'm a big fan of Cordina. Hopefully, it turns into a good bout. I'm not sure. I don't know much about this Vasquez guy, but he's obviously a title contender. So we will see how it goes. Excuse me. And we have F.A. Ajagba. He's fighting this weekend too. The Cordina fight should be in the morning. It's in Cardiff, Wales. And then I think Ajagba and Joe Goodall, they'll be fighting in California, so that'll be an evening fight. So we have a little bit of morning and night going on. You can catch Jogba and Goodall on ESPN Top Rank, and you can see Cordina on DAZN. It's not much this weekend. Couple good fights. Nothing too crazy big. We got a lull here for the next couple weeks, but that does not mean that there's not some big fights coming down the road, because we got some key upcoming dates. Stevenson de Los Santos is on November 16th, and the co-main on that card is Conceição and Navarrete. That's also a title fight for the WBO junior lightweight. Then we got November 18th, we got Diego Pacheco, the real Diego Pacheco. He's fighting Marcelo Caceres. And then November 25th, we have Chantel Cameron, and she is fighting Katie Taylor, and this is going to be for Cameron's undisputed junior welterweight title. So that's a big bout in the women's division there. And also on November 25th, I believe that's going to be in Ireland, the Cameron Taylor fight. Is that in Ireland? And then November 25th, we have Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade fighting, something we've been looking forward to for a while. The 168 division. This is going to kind of, in all likelihood, outline who is going to fight Canelo. Probably not in May, but in September of next year. So, we'll see. Obviously, nothing's set for Canelo in May. It could be the May date still. We don't know. But like last week on the live stream, I was talking about how it's going to be likely that Munguia will fight Canelo, or somebody else is going to fight Canelo in this second fight of his 3-fight deal. And then, Mexican Independence Day weekend of 2024 is when we're expected to see the last fight of him on that PBC deal. And assuming that Benavidez gets through Andrade, that's when we were going to see Benavidez and Canelo. So yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, this is going to be kind of a quick one. There's not a lot going on, hopefully we'll have another live stream maybe for you guys this week. I got some big news coming up. I got an interview with a pro fighter that's going to be coming up in the next week or so. Stay tuned for more information on that. But yeah, so we got some big things coming out there. We had our first live stream was last week. Episode 25 was live. I had to do it for the little rhyme, but yeah, it was awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in to that. If you weren't able to tune in, it's on my page, set up like how the normal podcasts are. So if you didn't catch it, it just pretty much was my Fury Ngannou preview and whatnot. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in as always. The gang is growing. We're about to hit 400 right now, so let's hit it. Nothing but up from here. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe, and if you are subscribed, go ahead and hit them post notifications. That way you'll know, whenever I post a new podcast, whenever I post a new short, whenever I'm going live, which is going to be more often, I hope. We'll do some lives, probably start doing podcasts and lives, Q&A sessions and lives once you get some more people watching the lives. It's about to be live. But yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.